And this very special Christmas episode, Sean, jingle those bells, baby. See, that Santa's still off in the distance. He's flying away from you now because it is Christmas Day. He already stopped by. So what better way to celebrate Christmas Day than hopping online, going over to dragginbags.com and buying your loved one the greatest set of bags you or them have ever seen. Hot new drops have been out. We teased a little bit that, someone named Charlie is joining the party, and something to be excited about, folks.
Yes.
We got our first glimpse at it, throwing it, not fully broken in, but already am a fan. It's a great fabric combo. So be on the lookout for the Charlies coming, I believe,
It's a whole
in January.
different
It's
way to
gonna
look
be
at a
dropping.
Charlie in a box.
Very true. Very, very true. So head over to Draggin Bags, pick up some heat today. Drop code BIGASS12 at checkout to save yourself some money.
Just do it.
Gather round, it's that time of year. The big ass crew is full of cheer. Cornhole bags are flying high. Santa's coming, no need to ask why. Oh, Santa's bringing bags and swag. The best of cornhole, don't lie. Merriment, laughter, let it all flow. It's the big ass Christmas show. The boards are set, the bags are tight. We're playing cornhole all through the night. From the North Pole to your backyard, this Christmas cheer hits extra hard. Oh, Santa's bringing bags and swag. The best of cornhole, don't lie. Merriment, laughter, let it all flow. It's the big ass Christmas show. The boards are set, the bags are tight. We're playing cornhole all through the night. From the North Pole to your backyard, this Christmas cheer hits extra hard. Oh, Santa's bringing bags and swag. The best of cornhole, don't lag. Merriment, laughter, let it all flow. It's the big ass Christmas show. Jingle bells and tosses so sweet. With every bag, the holiday's complete. So grab a drink, take a seat. Let's celebrate, it's Christmas so neat. Oh, Santa's bringing bags and swag. The best of cornhole, don't lie. Merriment, laughter, let it all flow. It's the big ass Christmas show. Now let's all play and let joy ring. Cornhole and Christmas, the ultimate thing. Happy holidays from the big ass crew. Wishing all of you a season so true.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. What's going on, man?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, dude.
You're very festive.
I had to come over with the ugly Christmas
Yeah, I
sweater.
kind of just forgot.
I know.
I don't
It's all
know.
good.
Didn't think
You're
of it.
stylish,
but,
man.
Yeah, I went out to Din with the wife. So
I was thinking of thumbnails.
Ooh,
Yeah, I mean, like I
fair
wanted
enough.
it. Yeah, I wanted
you
to take a
gotta
picture.
really
I know,
stand up right.
I
for
need like a
long.
phone book or something to sit on.
It's true. You want to sit on my knee for?
And normally
photo op?
it's not sitting's not a problem. normally I look taller sitting.
Yeah.
just because I have a long torso, short, tiny
do.
little legs.
Yeah, I think it's
But-
just the chair though.
It is. It just kind of sinks.
Mhm.
It's telling me something. I keep trying to raise it up, and the
Mine,
thing's just slowly
mine tells
giving
me
out.
every day too. It's like,
For
yeah, you
sure.
got to put that all the way back up on the highest setting because
Yep,
you're
yep.
too fat.
All right, so special episode today, Christmas episode.
Christmas time.
Before we get into anything else, we're not gonna change tradition here. All right, Christmas season is all about tradition. So Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight in a segment we call "What You Drinking."
What you drinking?
Well, I'm just going to start off with what I'm specifically drinking.
Correct.
I snagged Mikulash Holiday Ale from Immigrant Sun Brewing. They're a local brewery here. They usually make great beers. I have not tried their Holiday Ale, so
Nice.
I'm going to give it a little whirl right now. Ooh,
While you're doing that, I want to give a
Splattered.
special shout out to Brian Gossman, fan of the show, reached out and he's like, "Do you guys like bourbon?" And I'm like, "Why, yes, we do."
Are we American?
So he has just a fantastic bourbon collection, and he was nice enough to send us 6 samples of some of his favorites. So 2 local stuff and then 4 of his favorites.
Yes.
So we are going to start tapping into that come January. So next episode we're going to start tapping
next
into this.
episode it'll be
We want
an
class
adult
up.
New Year's.
We just got it in today. We just unpackaged it. So we got let's see. We got Weller Special Reserve. We have Old Forester Single Barrel. We have Penelope Toasted. We have Michter's Barrel Strength. And then we have 2 local stuff. We said the IWC Breakfast and IWC Chocoholic. So I'm excited to try them out. So that'll be coming. So shout out to you, Brian. Really appreciate you. And I look forward to trying these out.
Heck yeah, me too.
Hell yeah. All right. So we have more audio gold planned for you all. All right. Tightly wrapped like a bow under the tree. So today's going to be kind of just us recapping our week. We have a few dramatic readings.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much it.
that's
Listen,
all she wrote.
It's Christmas coming up. There's not a whole lot of content. We're gearing up to start going to, we're heading out to a TCL event. That's going to fly up on us. So we're going to basically be going to TCL event. And then right after the TCL event, Best of Bags is going to be here. So like, it's going to be next year is going to be upon us. So let's just have some fun this episode, see where it is. But before we get into anything else, we're going to let you know what's going on in our cornhole lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
All right, so let's just start off. This is a cornhole podcast, right? So let's just
Yeah.
start off with we actually got to play. We did. Got to play. We
Got to play.
So this past Saturday, we went up and we played in the blind draw, and then we played doubles.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have mixed feelings about how this weekend went. I thought in the blind draw, if you look at my numbers, I actually threw pretty well. Like I was not mad about how I played.
Yeah.
First game, I was at like high 8s, like almost a 9. And the second game, I threw well. Like I actually threw against you, or not against you, but against you and your partner. And you had a very good partner. And I threw very well against Eric. And I felt like I didn't lose us that game. You know what I mean? Like I was very much in it. I was hanging with Eric for the most part. I had like maybe one bad round, but for the most part, like I threw like a 9-5 that game.
Yeah.
It's about as good as I'm going to get right now.
Mhm.
I was throwing a bag I was somewhat familiar with. We started off throwing Power Dragons the first game. We did fine. Like I said, like I was right in the wheelhouse of where I was PPR. I was playing with Al Schluga, older guy. He's been around cornhole forever.
Yeah.
He's been like that advanced guy that shows up to the blind draw, if he gets paired with someone good, he's going to make a deep run.
Mhm.
So I don't think he was like super pumped that he saw he was paired with me, right, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I know Al, like we've been around the block. He was actually the first guy we ever met at the Irish Fest tournament that we talk about. So I just kind of reminded him of that, and we had fun. He was a little hard on himself though. He was not. I've seen him throw much better than what he did.
Yeah. I mean,
Now you took it to him. Like that was
yeah.
your best game of the day. I feel like almost.
I mean, I've faced Al a lot, and I know his kryptonite is a block.
Yes.
And I literally told myself that whole day, I'm just gonna make it hard for people to score on me.
And Al, I did not know this, but going into the match, I asked Al, I'm like, hey, it's looking like we're gonna face Dane and Eric. Who do you want to throw against? And I told him, like, listen, I've never beaten Eric Barlow.
Yeah.
He's like the one local guy that's left that like I just have never beaten him. I don't know what it is. So maybe if you want to throw against him, maybe I could throw against Dane. I feel a little bit more comfortable with that. And he's like, no, I want to stick with my arm inside. So I'm like, all right, well, you're gonna throw against Dane. He's like, I'll score points. I want to get back at your brother. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, the last time I played against your brother, we were up big, and your brother started chirping me, and he's like, and it got to me, and they came back and beat us. And
Sure
your brother,
did.
I think, ended up going on taking second. He's like, and I don't forget that. He's like, your brother chirped me, and he's like, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I don't think I get things under my skin, but your brother got to me that game.
Sure did. It's one of those, like, I'm very good at killing him with kindness.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just slip one in. Like,
Yeah, it was.
hey, just a
He
reminder,
remembered
this
it.
is a competition.
He remembered it. It was pretty. I was very impressed. But
yeah, I believe it was a jab at his age, and it was just a funny joke that I made. But like we were getting up there in the rounds in the match because we started the comeback, and I was just like, I think he like almost stumbled a little bit. I'm like, Al, don't break your hip. All right, we got to finish this game. something
Oh my
along
God.
those lines. I don't know, but
It got to him.
I
It
do
rattled
love
him.
Al. Like I would never, no ill will. Like it's he's a great dude. I did have his number that game. But I like long story short, me and Eric Barlow went on a nice run though. Lost our first game to Adam Hissner and
The
his
eventual
partner.
chancer.
Yeah.
No, they
didn't.
lost. They lost.
Yeah.
They took second. Yeah.
Yeah. And then once again had to face them for our second loss later in the tournament. But lo and behold, still took third. It was a nice feeling.
Yeah.
I told myself like, hey, I'm not going to shoot a high PPR. Like I wasn't feeling it from the get go.
Yeah.
But I'm like, let's just make it hard because I knew Barlow was a good thrower.
Yeah,
I'm like, let's just make it hard for people to score on me. And dude, it worked like a charm.
It really did. You forced people to shoot.
I
a lot of
was
airmails,
hitting
yeah.
my block. People were not hitting the shots against me. And yeah, a lot of times I was just having like a free lane right down the middle to score. And like I would hit it every once in a while. And other times I would not. But yeah, I think on the day I maybe shot like a 7.5.
Yeah.
But I made all the shots hit that like counted. I was close enough to the middle to cause problems.
Now, some people were a little annoyed that advanced and open were combined. I say, what else were you going to do? There were 13 teams for the blind.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
You gotta
Like,
open it up, man.
so for us, and I feel bad because like whenever I don't go to all the regionals, so whoever I get partnered up with in doubles, we're going to get a low seed and we're going to face the top team.
Yeah.
And what happened? We faced the top team. It was Hissner and Dolan, right?
Yeah.
Two pros. I threw against Adam. You threw against Dave. Now, when we were warming up, we got there early and we were throwing a lot, right? And I was really struggling throwing our standard white power dragon
Yeah.
because I couldn't get a consistent throw because when I changed my grip, when the bag gets too floppy on me, like I just feel like it tugs out of my hand. And I don't know how else to explain it. And some days I can get locked in on it. And I know if all right, if it's tugging out of my hand left, all I have to do is visually line up just a little bit right.
Yeah.
Just feel it coming out of my hand a little bit further right, and everything's good. But everything was a little bit right, a little bit left. Like I just couldn't lock in on it. Now, we had these brand new, gorgeous, fucking sexy bags out from Draggin Bags, the Charlies that just got delivered. And I had thrown a broken in set in California, and I loved them. Right? I feel like the slow side is very comparable. I think you can even say maybe a little bit is going to be a little bit slower than the Power Dragon. And the slick side, I think is very controllable, but it's a fuller bag,
It
right?
is.
So I watched.
I mean, it's one of those that's going to take you a minute to break in.
It is. So I got them the night before.
Yeah.
I went home. I washed them. I tried breaking them in, playing with them, all day. And then we got there and throwing. And because they're a little bit fuller, I can throw a tight, spinning, aggressive bag. And I was getting locked in. And I was throwing like consistent 4-baggers with these things. So much so that I convinced you to be like, we should throw with these. If we're going to throw against Adam, right? I know that like I'm just gonna have to put as many bags in the hole, and I felt the most comfortable doing that with these bags. The problem is when we stepped up to the boards, I started missing a little bit right and a little bit left, and you can't do that against Adam Hissner. You know what I mean? He gave me some opportunities early. You know what I mean? He would leave his first bag like he was trying to block me. He knows he's played me 1,000 times now. He knows like I'm gonna put a first bag block. Sean's gonna fall apart if he doesn't hit an airmail soon, and then I'm just gonna just nickel and dime him to death. Well, he was missing his block right. I had a push bag. That's how I can beat people. And I kept missing it right and just nudging his bag in. So it's just not a great, it was my fault. I take complete ownership of that loss.
It's Sean. It's okay. We weren't meant to win that game.
But again,
against those
I
two
should
guys.
have known that playing against somebody like Hissner, I need every fucking advantage I can gain. Like I need the drippiest bag ever. Like I need something that just barely touches the hole is going to fall in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking, and yeah, it just got to me. I panicked.
Yeah, honestly,
and I really wanted to throw the Charlies because I really liked that bag.
Yeah, and I mean, I was not the same player with that bag.
No, you weren't. I know.
When I was facing Gabe, I mean, I had a couple rounds of just 12s. Like,
Yeah.
But that's not my game. Like, I don't want to.
No, I know. And just like I said, I forced it. Now the second game, again, like I don't know what to say. Like I don't feel like I threw all that bad. I was playing against Jason Place, and he just didn't miss. Like the first 3 rounds, he threw his 4-baggers, and
he had your number for sure.
Yeah, and I thought for a second there was a round where I threw a block, and then he missed right, And then I was able to hit back-to-back airmails with my last 2 bags. Over the top, backside airmails. I hit them both, and I thought I was going to get a big round. I'll give Jason credit. He hit a big push shot. We only got 1. But I thought that was a momentum switch. And now, mind you, the score was like 19-3. But the last time we were at a regional, we were in the same fucking situation.
Yep, we came
all
all the
it
way
takes
back.
is 2 big rounds, and you're right back into it. You know what I mean? And then you could just get locked in. And that's all I felt like that was the round I needed. And then just sure enough.
I just
Well, it
needed
wasn't
one more
just-
round.
Yeah, but I gave
apparently.
up 19 of the points. You know what I mean? So
That's all right.
it happens.
Still
But
had fun.
it's fun getting out. I love seeing everybody.
I was the one to take a run for a change.
Yeah.
Usually that's you in the blind draw, but I've never fared well in a blind draw.
It's been a while since I've done a minute run in anything, though. I mean, it is what it is. I do want to give a shout out to Thomas Hoffman. He said he started listening to the show. He stopped me. We chatted for a little bit. So shout out to Thomas. Did get to watch him throw a little bit. I guess you known him a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen him around.
Okay.
Like his throw, I think if he dedicates time, he could actually be
For sure.
pretty damn good. So
He's convinced that he's like, give me a year and I'll be on your show. Like,
All right.
okay. I like the confidence,
yeah,
man.
hell
Like,
yeah.
and listen, he's young. You know what I mean? Like, so that those guys tend to get pretty good pretty quick. So we'll
that
see.
they do. When they
So we'll
get
see.
the bug.
I got to see Zane Crott throw in person, and that kid is disgusting.
Yeah, he is
Really good.
nasty. Just
So he's in the
smooth.
he's in the junior pro circuit. Now, you see a guy like that, and again, in the Cleveland area, we don't have a lot of that.
No.
So it just looks different when we see it. We have a lot of like high PPR, really deadly airmail guys, just traditional players.
That young crowd when we first started out, it was like the Eric Andersons and the Devin Harbaughs.
Yeah, now they're
Like,
old as shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. They're ancient.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot of like young like players that play that style, that flop and roll game.
Yeah.
So when you see it, it looks different, and it looks cool, and he's really good at it. And he was playing with who was his partner?
Eli?
That's right. He was playing with Eli
Yeah.
Stevens. Yeah, because that whole debacle.
Yeah. Won't get into it.
Cool. But yeah, it was fun to watch. And I saw in doubles, Hissner and Dolan end up taking it down, and then singles, did Adam end up winning it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well it's kind of boring. So lackluster.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But
He's
yeah.
really good.
But like I said, I thought you threw really well. And I thought I was surprised because, like I said, in warm-ups you were struggling.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that you can grind it out.
Exactly. Like just knew I wasn't going to have it that day, but
Do you have any like pre-shot like thoughts? ever?
no, I really try to just like focus on the bag.
So
Like,
you know,
let's
so
just
you know
aim-
me.
Yeah.
I'm very negative self-talk. So I tried going in today being like, let's try being positive yourself. Like, so my mantra is like, just be an athlete, just be athletic somewhat. You like to consider yourself as athletic somewhat. At least, do you have any inkling of that?
Yeah.
Can you throw a fucking 1 pound bag straight for 27 feet? Can you fucking do it? Just do it. So I was just trying
Were
to
you
say
able
that,
to?
but just nicer. Most of the time.
Okay.
I was, for the most part. Because
That's-
again, I didn't have very many rounds of like 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Or I just like completely fell apart.
Yeah.
Most of my rounds were like 8s, 9s, 10s. You know what I mean? Like
Which
this-
is all you're looking
yeah,
for.
I was just like, it was in my wheelhouse. You know, I missed a bag here or there, but I was able to clean up. But the one thing that was killing me, I just couldn't push shots.
Yeah, that's really my
Damn.
hardest struggle too. And I know I keep saying that I leave block bags, but really the idea of my block is just to force them to
Do something.
move it closer.
Correct. Yeah, for
So,
sure.
I just let them do the work, and then
Yeah.
eventually, they just start falling in.
Correct. Trying to think what else went on this weekend.
I mean,
we went to the golf.
went to the
Golf
simulator, X Golf out in Broadview Heights.
Very nice.
Nice facility.
Really
Loved
liked it. Thought everything was way more realistic. It was much easier to just control and know where you're going to hit the ball.
Yes.
Like we'd gone to the other simulator close to us, and we've gone there 2 or 3 times. And I still to this time, I think maybe I hit like 1 green in regulation. Like it just didn't make sense where you're lining up and hitting it.
Mhm.
But this one, I think after the first hole, I was rolling for a while.
We were all pretty good. I mean,
mean, it
there's a
was shooting
couple
about
holes
my
that got
handicap.
all of us.
Oh,
pretty
correct.
much. Like I was the only one that didn't have the one like +4 or 5.
Yeah, that's
hole,
correct.
or,
Yeah, I
like,
blew.
shit
I was so
like-
pissed off because I was having a solid round. I think at the time I was 6 over, and I think we were through 12 or 13
Yeah.
holes. And I'm like, all right, my handicap right now is a 9.1. I would like to try to shoot, 9. It was like my goal, like stay under that. And then I just absolutely quadruple bogey, just absolutely fell apart.
Yeah, I mean,
Shanked a fucking chip, and that's my
some
biggest
reason
thing,
I-
man. Short game is my fucking bread and butter.
yeah,
And then every once in a while I get the yips, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And
it's
then
all shoulders.
and then I start pulling everything
Yeah,
to
because
compensate.
it's
and
all
I just-
shoulders.
It's just a mess, man.
Your warm up swings are perfect. Then as soon as you go to set up, and you go to shank it, it's like you lock your arms and you're just turning your shoulders, and then your shoulder comes through and you open your club face wide up, and then it shoots dead right.
It's so frustrating.
I watch you do it all the time, but like
the only shot that I can practice consistently is a chip shot from like anywhere from 10 to 30 yards in between my houses where there's maybe 10 yards of gap. And I can do that to a point now where if I can go 30 yards away and hit it into a garbage can consistently, like we're talking like 3 out of 5 shots, I can hit it into a garbage can from that spot. That is the shot I work on all the time. So when I fuck that up, I get so pissed off at myself.
You just overthink it.
I know, 100%. 100%. Everything in my life.
Same cornhole.
It's all aspects of life.
But
are you ready for Christmas?
I am. I mean, working from home tomorrow means that your boy's going to be wrapping some presents.
I have 2 patients to see tomorrow that I'll be on my way to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so I'm
I got the car loaded up tonight. Got all the presents under the tree. So I have to come back Christmas Day because I work the day after Christmas. I just wanted to be able to come back Christmas Day. I know I'm going to have a car full of shit. I just wanted to be able to take the stuff out of my car, set it in my house, and then just be done. Mm-hmm. So I'm just busted. I busted my ass today. Thank you very much for helping me carry the freezer downstairs.
No problem.
My wife wanted a new freezer. We got a new freezer. Dane helped me carry it downstairs. It was not the easiest of things, but
I
we
definitely
did
made
well.
him do majority of the work. But it's his house. So.
Listen, I think all things considered, it went pretty smoothly.
It was fine. Yeah,
I'm glad I was able to get home in time to like clear out the space and all that stuff. But yeah, it was running around all afternoon, and then like basically did not stop until I got here. When you text me like 8:30 is good, I'm like, oh good, because like I just literally had sat down at that point. I'm like, just been running around and stuff. So
glad I was able to tell you.
Oh yeah,
get your shit together, get over here.
Yeah. So besides that, so we typically will celebrate our Christmas like as our family, like New Year's Eve kind of thing is what we do. So
so I'll just have like tomorrow working, then we're going to grab a drink with mom and dad, like a Don's Pomeroy house or something. Then
because I know mom's been like under the weather.
Yeah. Then we're heading over to Amy's parents for dinner.
Nice.
Hang out for a little bit and then head home. Christmas morning at the house. And then back over to Amy's parents.
That's nice that you guys get to wake up and do Christmas for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It makes Christmas, I feel like, so much more enjoyable.
It's kind of like our tradition.
That's
like
what I'm saying, man.
Like,
it's nice and quiet. And like Christmas to me it's fun, but it's chaotic. And it's high stress, and there's just shit everywhere.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's kids
fun.
though. Like,
yeah, I know. It's just different. So yeah, I get that. Yeah. Just a nice quiet morning. It sounds nice sometimes.
I mean, we like Kip tear through a stocking. That's always pretty funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we put like treats at the bottom, so we just like shred shit. It's
why not?
Quite funny, but yeah, I mean, easy peasy for us. I mean, we'll go over. I mean, it's always a long day on Christmas though. Like we get over there at 11. Like I won't get home till like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Like it's a long day, but still fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's always always a good time. And the beauty is like we get over first before anyone else.
That is nice.
So like we'll get all of our shit unwrapped, packed in the car, and then like next.
Did you guys have like obligations to like sit there and watch everyone open their stuff?
We all kind of enjoy it though.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, but the beauty of it is like Joey and Lily will go together and they open their gifts together. They're in a different time slot than Tim and Katie and the kids. So like they'll get their moment to open them all.
Okay.
And Tim and Katie are the last.
Okay.
Because they're like, they don't wake up till like
no, it's
noon.
smart though.
So, so we just segment it out. So every kid gets their like moment under the sun.
Correct.
Everyone gets their stuff opened and then put in the car. So then like afterwards we can just like hang out in the living room and stuff. So, yeah, it's very well organized.
Ours is whenever the kids wake up and we say go, they just start tearing through shit. And that whole process, they start in the front room, then they work their way in the back, and it takes about 2 hours for them. And half the time, my son or one of the kids gets tired of opening stuff halfway through.
Yeah.
So then I'm unwrapping their stuff, and then I'm getting yelled at, like, oh, did you unwrap your stuff? Like, I'm trying to do my kids 12,000 things that they have that they don't need.
And then you just got to load back up the car.
Oh, and you saw all those bins that you helped me carry up today.
Yeah.
4 filled.
And those are going to be coming right back with you.
No, those are just at our house. The other ones are the ones that I'm taking to Pittsburgh.
Oh, those were the bins for your house?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. So I put all those presents out under the tree already.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so my kids have like 3 full Christmas. Like they have one in Pittsburgh, they have one at our house, and then they have one with mom and dad. Like they very much make. I always feel bad about mom and dad because by the time they get to mom and dad and their presents, they're like they don't want to open anything.
Like there's so much.
Like it's like over.
I don't know what else I could like.
Just It is what it is, but holidays, you got to love them. Spend time with family and stuff. So nothing like that. All right. So let's kind of wrap this up.
What did you ask
with,
for Christmas?
Nothing.
You didn't ask
It's
for
super
a
okay.
thing?
It's super weird because, and I maybe like my wife and I are weird. We said a long time ago, like when we started having kids, like we're not gonna buy each other presents. Like it's dumb. It's dumb. We've done this for a very long time. The way we look at it is that Christmas is year long for us. We both are working. If you want something that bad, you don't have to ask my permission. You work. You can go get it.
You don't enjoy like the romance about it at all, though.
I mean, once upon a time, yeah. but,
showing
like,
that you like really know somebody.
I
well.
always get her something, always. But then like this year, I feel like all of a sudden she's like went like shopping for me. Like you gotta tell me that. Like,
yeah. Don't make me look bad.
I mean, I still got her something that she wanted for sure. Like, but it's like now I feel like a dick. I'm like, well, you can't do this. You can't like we can't do wishy-washy. Are we doing it or are we not doing it? So we just need to decide. Ultimately, every year I say the same thing. Don't buy me anything. Just save that money. Put it into like give me money for my kids or something.
Yeah.
I don't need anything. If I need something, I'll buy it myself. I really don't. Like it's a very nice gesture, and I understand that 100%. But I don't need anything. Pretty simple creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like buying gifts for the wife.
New quarter zip here and there, and we're good to go. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, we don't go like lavish or anything.
No.
but it is,
No, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, the problem is I've gone big before because I panic.
Yeah.
My wife's like, I'm not going to buy you a present. I'm buying a present. And I'm like, shit, she's going to buy me something. I'm going to buy it. And I overspend, right?
You pull the
every
dad,
year.
You pull the dad move.
Every year.
Yeah.
And then she gets pissed. And
Our
she's
father
like,
does that all the time, too.
I didn't buy you anything. I thought we weren't doing gifts. I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like, but I'm okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. And she's like, you paid way too much money for this. Why did you do this? I'm like, because I panicked. I mean, if we're just being
I got
honest.
nervous.
I did, yeah. The one time I was literally driving to her house. Like I went past her parents' house directly to the mall because I panicked so much, and I went straight to I can't remember what. I think it was Michael Kors or something like that. I'm like, I need a purse, like
Right now.
wrapped up nicely now, like like very nicely. And yeah, she was not happy, but yeah. All right, let's do a dramatic reading.
Still loves that purse, though.
She does.
In a world where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
Addicted to cornhole, Kenneth Vincent. I'm not trying to bash bag manufacturers with this post. It's just an opinion. Maybe the wording could have been better. My apologies to anyone taking these words the wrong way. Feel free to reach out via PM if you want to have a conversation about the matter. I feel like I'm coming to a conclusion on why I can't find a TCL set of bags I like. They all just feel cheap in my hand, and I believe it is because they are. The materials are cheap, and the materials are cheap because of the way the TCL pays manufacturers for the bags, forcing the manufacturers to cheapen up the product just to make some kind of profit. I've held and thrown bags from several manufacturers, and there's not that many manufacturers, and I just can't find anything that feels good in the hand and high quality. I also believe it's the materials, not the craftsmanship. And to clarify, this is not a knock on the manufacturers, as I believe that they are doing what they have to do to make it work. I just think that if they're going to pay prices these bags cost, they should feel like most of the other bags I've held and thrown, and I've held and thrown a ton of bags. That's just my 2 cents. So in summary, he's basically saying, I can't find a set of bags I like in the TCL. I think it's because all the TCL bags suck. What I would say is you haven't touched enough TCL bags, because I can tell you for a fact, Throwing Stones are excellent bags.
For sure.
And they're very similar to some ACL bags that are out there. And if you want to know the secret, all right, ready, everyone? We're going to go secret time. A lot of the bags, they're all made by the same people.
Yeah. Surprise.
There are so many companies that are white labeled out there. They're all probably made the same stuff.
Yeah. So,
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
it's not
Are
cheaper or anything.
Are some of the materials cheaper than others? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
But ACL bag manufacturers have those bags, too. Like,
You can't tell me that like a bag from the TCL, right? Like just give me a middle tier, whatever bag manufacturer it is, and then like a BG bag, right? And if you completely blind, right,
Yeah.
and put them in the hand, you no labels or anything, you can't tell me you're going to definitively tell me which one is which. You can't. Not somebody like that.
yeah. No,
Unless all you threw is like one company's bag. But if you put the same fill, same materials, like it's just going to be the same. You
for
know what
sure.
I mean? Like,
No, I agree.
template's only going to change it so much. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of it is just public perception of stuff. And I don't think that the TCL, with how they're structured, is setting up for bag companies to necessarily like really truly market themselves to the masses because they have to sell them directly to the TCL. So it's almost more like the TCL's job to like then go out and market those bags.
Yeah, they got to pump them up for
You know
them,
what I mean?
you know?
It's not like an every man for themselves like the ACL's model where it's like, hey, you pay to get the stamp and then they can be used and then just go sell bags.
And for the record, the TCL does pump them up, though. I mean, they have a storefront.
Oh, no.
and
Yeah,
everything,
I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying it's like their responsibility more so on them than it would be for the ACL. No, but I just can't agree with that. Like, there's been a lot of really good bags.
Like just never felt like a fully broken in set. That like maybe he's just never gotten them fully broken in. Like
Throwing Stones, Bag Daddies, Southwestern Bag Company. If they ever got the TCL stamp, I can't remember if they ever did. I don't think they ever did. Bag Brokers.
Yeah, Bag Brokers, Olympus. I mean,
there's so many. Listen, we're talking like Olympus and BG. They're pretty damn similar. I mean, if we're really talking about the similarities and stuff like that.
Look at who throws Olympus in the,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They also
so
throw BG.
I think you just have. I think maybe you jumped the gun, and I think cheap is the wrong word. You can use it as a consumer.
It's a
you can
harsh
use it.
word.
It is. Just be like the quality and. You like you said the craftsmanship there. So you're like, I like the effort. I just don't like the materials they're using. Okay, that's fine. Just don't use the word cheap, I guess.
Yes,
all right.
I agree.
Want to do one more?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's do it.
Let it rip.
You want to start up Patreon?
I'll get the zoomage going.
All right, there we go.
Still looking.
Oh, we're good. This is from Jeff Knox. How do you people feel about a league needing to empty the strike bag pot and people not in the league being allowed to show up and buy strike bag tickets? A strike bag is equal to an airmail tube. People I know are getting mad at me because they think I'm talking about them. This is a hypothetical scenario, a scenario that I know happens, and I just wanted to see people's opinion and how they would feel about it. So call me F down, people. LOL.
Threw the LOL in there.
So, I mean, we've all seen it before, right? The big leagues will have an airmail pot, and the pot starts to grow and grow and grow, and no one hits it, and all of a sudden word comes out that, like, hey, like airmail pots up to like $3,000 a shot. You know what I mean? And people like these professional people will sit there and travel around.
Yeah,
they will sit there and travel around
for sure.
So I don't have an issue with it. I mean, I think it's an easy marketing ploy for a league night. You know what I mean?
It draws people in if it gets to be a huge number. I mean,
I can see what you're saying. There's like, oh, I've paid X amount of time. Like, if you want to make a rule for it, then it just needs to be a rule. But if it's open, then no, you don't. I don't have any issue with it.
Just look at the draw.
It is like it's
day.
gambling.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it really is gambling. But
and yeah, sure, these guys might go in and hit it more often than not, but they're also putting down like $100 to, up their odds and in hopes to win it. So
correct,
they're betting on themselves too.
Yeah. So I've never had an issue with that. So. All right, so we'll wrap this up. We have a Patreon happy hour call coming up just in a minute, but I wanted to take a second and just to say thank you. We're just wrapped up year 5. The support that we've had over the last 5 years has been awesome, and we can't do it without all you guys. So whether you've listened to an episode before, you've liked a post on Facebook or Instagram, you shared it, whatever, it all counts. So thank you very much. We don't take that stuff lightly, and we're just gonna keep doing our best to pump out good content.
Heck yeah.
So hope you guys all have an amazing Christmas.
Enough. Yeah, Christmas season is here. Go enjoy it with your families. And then I feel like we're just going to start right into the thick of everything.
We are. It's going to seriously,
all the
stuff
good
is going to fly
comes
up on
right
us.
at the new year. It's awesome.
Right after Best of the Bags, ACL season could be under swing. So I mean, this whole up until like July, it's going to all just fly by.
Yep.
So just buckle up. We're here for it. So go check out Draggin Bags. They're seriously the best bags of the game. If they can make me a better thrower, they can certainly help you. DragginBags.com/bigasspornhole. Use code BIGASP12 and you'll get a discount. And if you want to join us like in a happy hour, you want to support the show, you like the content we're doing, and you want access to bonus information, well, go to Patreon, patreon.com/bigasspornhole. And for the price of a beer a month, you can support the show and help us do what we're doing.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And again, now's the time to hop on board.
Oh yeah.
Because this is when all the sauce starts happening, the ACL and all the good.
sauce. Hell yeah. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you guys have an awesome holiday, and we'll be back next week with more audio gold. Hell yeah.
Love it.
All right. Well, as always, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.